Lucia.
I'm Jen.
Wow.
Woo!
This is a big stage. This
Really?
is
Yeah.
I know.
It's crazy. We shot here actually, episode 4 of the season. So
Yes.
it feels great to be back on the boards. You know? It feels good. Thank you guys all for coming. We just wanted to say that, you know, this show is very much our baby, but we are really, if you are a fan of the show, and I hope if you're here you are. If you're a fan of the show, we are so connected to you because we are here because of you. The show has had 5 seasons and it's because of the fans. It's because people have told a friend to watch. So we appreciate you so much. And also, like you, we're going through it. We don't want it to end either, even though we do. So here's the thing. When we pitched the show, we pitched what the ultimate arc of these characters would be, and we have gotten there. And we feel very, very proud to have gotten there. So while we are going to miss our friends and our cast and our crew so much, it really felt like the perfect way to go out. So we're very, very proud. Thank you. Thank you. And we just wanted to say we could not have done this without the filmmakers that we work with every day, who are here, and we would like them to stand right now.
Yes.
Please, guys, stand.
Please stand.
Most of whom have been with us since day one. The show would not stay standing, guys. This is not done.
Hit your marks.
These people have put their blood, sweat, and tears into the show. They care so much, and they are so good. I'm getting emo. We could not have done this without them, and we love you guys so much. Thank you so much for everything.
Thank you, guys.
And please,
Our
our
cast
cast.
is here. We want our cast to stand.
Please, our cast.
Our
Please
cast
stand.
is
Stand.
Please, our cast.
Stay up. We're staying up. We're staying up. We know that there are members of the unions here. If there are any members of SAG that were background artists on our show, please also stand. We want to thank you.
Background. There we go. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. And now, as I said, if you're fans of the show, you're in our community, your family, stand up!
Thank you truly, as Paul said, without you guys watching the show and spreading word about it, we would not have gotten to season 5 from season 1. So truly, thank you from the bottom of our hearts. We are incredibly grateful to be here tonight.
Yes. And now we are going to, I'm going to cry too. We are going to show you the last episode of Hacks.
Thank you.
Wow, right? Good evening, everyone. I'm Stacey Wilson-Hunt, contributing editor at The Hollywood Reporter, and I have a question for you. What did you think of the series finale of Hacks? I couldn't agree more. Absolutely stunning. Before I bring talent to the stage, I'd like to share some compelling statistics about the series. During its 5-season run, Hacks has earned 64 Emmy nominations, including 1 win for comedy series, 2 wins for writing, and 1 win for directing. Yes. Paul Downs, Robby, Hoffman, and Kaitlin Olson have also earned nominations for acting, very deservedly. Hannah Einbinder won her first Emmy last year. And, perhaps most impressively, Jean Smart has won an Emmy for her work in every single season of the series. So, without further ado, please welcome to the stage, Kaitlin Olson. We're gonna skip Kaitlin for now. We're gonna go to Robby Hoffman. Welcome, Robby. producer, writer, and director, Jen Statsky. Welcome, Jen. Creator, showrunner, executive producer, writer, and director, Lucia Aniello. Oh, there's Kaitlin. Welcome, Kaitlin. Creator, showrunner, executive producer, writer, director, and actor, Paul W. Downs. Welcome. Hannah Einbinder. And our queen, Jean Smart. How are you guys doing? Hopefully tears of joy. Yeah. And we share those with you. So, welcome to all of you and a huge congratulations on a beautiful end to Hacks. Before we begin, I'd like to acknowledge a few of your wonderful castmates. Mark and Delicato. Where is Mark? He's seated up here. Give Mark a round of applause. And let's also please give a round of applause to a few other Hacks family members who aren't with us this evening. Carl Clemens Hopkins, Meg Stalter, Rose Abdu, and Christopher McDonald. We love them. Thank you so much, everyone. So Paul, Lucia, and Jen, it's hard to imagine it's been 11 years since you started this journey. And you, as you said earlier, conceived of the arc of this incredible show and its characters. I'm curious how the series evolved in ways that you didn't anticipate. And how does this season finale, the series finale, represent an intersection of what you hoped for and what you couldn't expect? So maybe Lucia, you can start.
Yeah, I mean, I think as you saw, it's so weird to be able to talk about it now, by the way, like have been not saying things for months now. You know, the idea that Deborah would decide to be basically through the joking around and you're sorry, so cute, you're crying so much, it's so cute. Through the love of riffing and joking with Ava would make her want to continue to live, essentially, and having that mirror in the pilot in so many ways, you know, her chasing her down and all that was something that we actually pitched as part of the show initially to Susanna Makos, who is in this room. Hi, Susanna, thank you for buying the show.
Thank you.
And so that was something that was very much always there, and we've been seeding it even since season 1 and putting little things in there so that if you go back, you'd be like, oh, that was not out of nowhere. But a lot of the diva, I think, was something that we came to find in the writing process.
Yeah, that stuff, and I think when we initially conceived of this show, it was so focused on Deborah and Ava, and that was when we were, again, in 2015, came up with the idea. It was a lot of talking about their relationship. And then I think in the process of making the show, the ability to get to work with phenomenal actors who would bring stuff to the show that we went even beyond our wildest dreams. So we would write even more so to things for Kaitlin or things for Robby, or for example, the dynamic between Kayla and Jimmy, we didn't realize what it would be until Meg and Paul got together. And then we realized that there was something, you know, truly, I think, like all-time great comedic duos with them. And so it was like, oh, we need to write more to this. So it's an interesting mix of, I think, planning out the Ava and Deborah arc, but then also allowing this like wonderful ensemble to grow and getting to be lucky enough to write for those actors.
Beautifully said. And Hannah, what was the first thing you felt reading the final script? And I think we may have a hint.
Good luck, Stacey. This ain't gonna happen.
bawling, sobbing, heaving, weeping, walking directly onto a stage. Wish I could say it was my first time, but what was the question?
Your first reaction when you read the final script, was it surprising to you? Did it feel like the sewn up conclusion that you were hoping for, and how did it surprise you?
Well, I think every season I am always like pleasantly surprised. I can never predict where the show is going to go, but I have such genuine like faith in and trust in wherever it goes narratively. And so like I always go into reading scripts just like lovingly anticipating what I'll see, and it's, in my opinion, perfect as ever. You know, like every time we have a finale of any season, I feel like it leaves off in like such a beautiful place. And I think, you know, what we get to see in this finale is representative of the entire arc of the series. It is representative of the depth of their love and the depth of their connection. So yeah, I always, you know, I find it hard to ever predict where it will go, but it's always a treat.
Beautiful, thank you. And Jean, what felt special to you about the way Lucia approached directing this episode? And when you finally saw the final product, was there a magic that you hadn't anticipated in terms of the way the episode was assembled? Because it is absolutely beautiful. The music is beautiful. The shooting in France, I can't imagine that was probably not the easiest thing. But just the way it was sewn together, it feels like a movie in the best possible way. But tell me how you felt.
I had sort of a little bit of an idea of how it was going to end, but it just ended. I just thought absolutely perfectly. I don't think it hit me until I just watched that last scene. You know, it just was. It's just perfect. I mean, because the relationship between the two of them is, you know, was always sort of the at the heart of the show, surrounded by brilliance. And yeah, I mean, the only thing that we missed at the end was that we weren't with the whole cast and the whole crew. But it was kind of magical being in Paris. And in a way, I think that felt right because they were out of their element. They weren't at home. They were just kind of, you know, grasping it, trying to figure out what was going on. And
she was also sharing with her these special places that you've enjoyed, like bringing her into the market and showing her the side of life
absolutely.
that was so special.
Yeah, you got to learn how to eat good, you know, you got to eat real bread, and you got to appreciate antiques and, you know, face cream, and, you know, what's wrong with you? What are you going to do without me? And one of my favorite things, one of my all-time favorite things about the film was when she holds up her hand and shows her all this stuff. Her hand was actually
And I'm curious, was that a gag that you guys had planned to reveal in the finale? Okay.
Yeah, we'd always planned to reveal it. Yeah.
But it wasn't in the pit.
But it wasn't in the pit. We
Sure.
didn't know how the actor's hand size would line up.
That's what I Did you measure, did you draw like a little turkey in elementary school around their hand?
I think it's the only reason
That
I
was
got
their
the role.
callback. They just put their hand on the turkey.
And we should say that we did write the hand joke before Hannah was cast. And then when Hannah read the script, she was like, this is crazy. Can I show you this picture? And there's a picture of her, which is in season 1, where her hands are quite large. They grew before the rest
My
of her.
hands grew before my rest of my body when I was younger, so I have like a crazy alien.
So it wasn't that we were making fun of her hands, okay? We didn't know. We didn't know. But then, yeah, so that...
Then when we saw
I feel like I want to measure.
Yeah,
You wanna
I'm
measure?
sorry, but
I
I've
feel
got
like
you
I
all
could be
beat.
in the running.
I
I don't
really
know.
have to
Right
bite my
now.
tongue over here.
I've done my hand exercises. So.
But just one more little thing I wanted to say about how it ended was that they told me shortly before we did the finale that they were going to use that fabulous duet at the end, and I was so excited because it's such an incredible piece of music, and it was perfect that it was not just that song, but that it was a duet,
Barbara and Judy Garland.
and it was a duet, and that's what this, you know.
Boy, this is tough. Okay.
It's a comedy.
It's a comedy.
At the end of the day.
We'll just let her have a moment. She can get up
This
anytime you
this
want.
happened a lot. after
Every
shot
day
the
on
final
set, by the
season.
way,
This
every
happens a lot. Ignore the woman on the floor. Ignore the woman on the floor.
How brilliant was she in that scene in the disco? That scene in the disco?
I will say the club scene is my favorite scene of the episode. The disco scene is, I think,
Oh my God,
especially-
the look on your face, I wasn't looking at it because I was hot.
Because it's real.
It was
Because it's
stunning.
real.
Stunning.
So among the show's many trailblazing qualities, Hacks has been what I think an impressive incubator for comedic talent. And this may shock people in this room, but this is the first serious acting role for Hannah, Robby, Meg Stalter, and Carl. They had never done television before. That is truly spectacular. So, Robby, congratulations to you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
You are welcome. I would like to know what your biggest
Wait,
learning
can I
curve
please
was.
get a picture
sure.
before I forget?
Of course.
Okay, everybody.
Try and hold it in mind.
Okay, and then the audience, and then I'm done, I swear. Okay, go ahead.
This is your night. This is your night.
Fantastic.
What was your biggest learning curve transitioning from comedic performer and stand-up performer to a narrative series? Now, obviously, you're improvising, you're bringing your signature stand-up talents, but this is a different animal. Tell me what your learning curve was.
I think working with others. Still something I'm working on. So, yeah,
And learning how to play well with others.
Yeah, play well with others and just, somebody, because in stand-up, it's just, you go, and they tell you when it's your turn, but here they don't always tell you when it's your turn, and I'm not here to self-diagnose autistic or whatever, but, if there's any kind of a pause or whatever, they might be resetting a camera, I think, oh, I gotta go. So, and that's yielded some pretty good lines, times when it's good to play, and other times when it's not, so, working with others is a good lesson. And I really, this is my first show ever, and it's an amazing cast, and they're also so funny. I don't get to work with other funny people. I don't work with anyone else. So to work with other funny people, Paul is so underrated as an actor. And even just his looks and his riff, he's so good. Because I thought I was good, and then I'm like, oh, there's other people who are good. So it's nice.
So it sounds like humility was introduced to your life.
Yeah. I was born in a family, I have 9 siblings, but we all kind of did it at the same time. I never went like you, then you, then you. We were all just at it. But so now I'm learning decorum and how to really put a story together.
And now she is co-starring in Steve Carell's new show called Rooster.
I had to really, I really had to get it, figure out that character from scratch. So.
Well, you're going to go far in this biz, and we're very happy for you.
Thank you so much. Thanks, everyone.
Yes. And Kaitlin, hi. You're so amazing. Hi. So, D'Amazing Race. I'm going to miss putting the D in front of these titles. D'Amazing Race episode reinforced for me that you are not only one of our greatest physical comedians of all time, male or female, you are also an actor who can just break our heart in the same moment. And that is truly an incredible skill. And I wanted to know how you thought DJ becoming a parent impacted her relationship with her mom, which had been fractured and challenging. But it seems like she entered into this final stage with her mom a little softer and maybe giving her a little bit more grace. But tell me about DJ becoming a parent.
Well, one of the things that was really the most impactful for me in the christening episode, was, you just assume that oh yeah, this woman's just gonna be sticking in her face and I'm a mom now, whatever. The thing that was so beautiful that these guys wrote was that she went to Ava and asked Ava to be the godmother, not to spite her mom or anything, but so that her child could see the side of her mom that she wasn't able to access. And that's so selfless and so mature and so beautiful. And so I was like, get back to the funny part. You know what I mean? I thought that was so wonderful. And I think that having a child unlocked a certain maturity. Now, that being said, I would like to see her at home parenting, because I bet it's fantastic. So she's still going to be a bumbling idiot and trying to figure it out. But yeah, I think she allowed herself to release a little bit of, I need approval from her. Now my focus can be on raising a good person.
And I wish we had all night to talk about the actual Amazing Race in that episode, which is such an incredible bottle episode. It's just like a short film. So amazing.
It was so fun.
But tell me what the most challenging aspect was to doing essentially a show within a show. And this was a legit, you had Elise, who's a producer on the show,
Yeah.
Bertram Van Munster's wife, who's actually like part of the real show. You had Phil. This wasn't a faux Amazing Race. This was real.
It was incredible. It was so much fun. And it added so much authenticity. We had the camera and sound crew from the real Amazing Race, and they were having so much fun, which was really cute. And we were hustling. I mean, we really put in the time. I really milked that goat, you guys. Now, I've never milked a goat.
Talk about being good at everything. She even milked the goat well.
I milked that goat. You see that milk stream? That is not put in afterwards. I made that milk stream. I milked that goat. That was actual goat milk. And she did not want me to do it, and I made her let me take her milk. Very Huss. I know, I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's a lot of milking.
I feel bad about it now, but when I put it that way. But I mean, it was intense. We were running, we were hustling. We're screaming at each other. It was a dream episode for me. I read it and was like, wow, what? Okay.
Did this whet your appetite to actually try to pursue this in the future? Did you talk to Phil about maybe?
No, I'm good.
No, you're good. So it's just enough race for you,
Just enough.
right? Just enough race. Well, wonderful.
And we got to meet the Property Brothers.
Yeah.
We're all just putting D's on everything now. I'm loving it. So I would actually like to talk about something that really struck me this season. The gangbusters guest stars that you lined up. I did not expect to see Tony Kushner in an episode of Hacks. And yet there he was in the top of the season. And let me just name a few. Tony Kushner, incredible. Bob Mackie, William Baldwin, hello. Jesse McCartney, Ann Dowd, the alien. Cherry Jones and Leslie Bibb, how incredible were they in Montecito? And there was a real standout talent for me, a young woman who popped up playing a flirty Las Vegas real estate agent named Meredith, who was so good. So I'd like to know which of these cameos and which of these performers was the most difficult to pin down, and who most surprised you with what they brought to the Hacks formula?
Well, I think, I mean, I shouldn't speak about it because I wasn't surprised, but I bet Lucia was most surprising to some people on the stage. Jean, you should talk about it because you hadn't seen it. I've seen it. Lucia and I started making YouTube videos, and I would direct her when she was in a video, or she would direct me. We started out as writer-performers, but it was the first time you saw it.
We were all crowded around Video Village, just our mouths hanging open. It was so hilarious. I don't know why the
You gotta use your mic. You gotta use your mic.
I'm
There you
sorry.
go.
We were all crowded around Video Village just with our mouths hanging open, watching her. I mean, you admire somebody so much for something that they do, and then you see them do something else, and so incredibly well. It was hilarious. And the thing that you didn't get to see was that she ad-libbed that scene differently every single time,
She
about
was,
20 times.
Self-directing it at times.
Carl was trying
in the
to keep
middle,
up.
like in the middle of it, she'd be like, "Sorry, oh wait, 1 second, sorry, I'm gonna like do that again." Then she'd like reset herself. It was like we were all just like, she was just like doing the whole thing.
Carl was trying to keep a straight face every single take.
Incredible.
I mean,
Your white high heels just got me. I don't know why those made me laugh so much.
the high heels, the nails. I mean, that's the thing. Lucia is an incredible director. She might be an even better performer, but she's just working so much as a director. You just don't see it.
And
But-
take a veil now if there's any.
yeah, that's true. DJ members.
Anyone casting a comedy out there? Thank you for that. And
But I mean,
totally-
you're right, we had an absolute embarrassment of riches. I think that
being able to see Ann Dowd show up with the little ears and the blue face and the cigarette and the wrist brace was so funny. I mean, Cherry and Leslie were just so lived in as a couple. I like, in my mind, that's a couple who lives out in the world in Montecito.
We don't know what they're doing after the show.
No. But yeah, we were really so blessed, and I think what's so nice and what makes it so fun to be able to cast the show is like it gets to be Deborah Vance's ecosystem, which isn't necessarily your like typical guest stars. It's not a guest star you see on other shows all the time necessarily, and that's really part of it. It's really fun for us.
Yeah, I think one of the great joys of making the show, I mean, you mentioned all of the actors who hadn't been seen before on TV that we had been fans of. Robby is one of them, Meg obviously is one of them, but also putting our favorite people who were the most incredible part of everything they were in. Jean Smart is one of those people. Kaitlin Olson is one of those people. People that are like all-time greats. Being able to let them shine on the show has been the greatest part of making the show, and we feel like so lucky to get to sit there and be close to watch them do it. It's crazy. It's really crazy.
You have quite an eye for talent.
Am I dreaming, or was I talking to like, I want to say a Baldwin, like the Stephen Baldwin?
William Baldwin,
William
yeah.
William.
Yeah.
Got it.
But if it's another Baldwin, it was a dream.
Oh, but we had a Baldwin on the show. It's not nothing.
Oh, that's something.
He's lovely. He's great.
There are a lot of Baldwins to keep track of out there. So, Jen, I'd like to acknowledge that you made your directing debut this season. And in an episode that I know means a lot to everyone on this stage, but also extremely relevant and painfully relevant in our business today, the Quick Scribble AI-themed episode. Ooh, really hit that one out of the park. And this is one episode of many where you have tackled very serious topics, existential threats, we might say. And maybe another one being the eerily prescient storyline centered on corporate meddling and late night TV. That's another one. So I'd like to know, Jen, what has been your guiding light, and as a team, but also you as you come from late night? This is very important to you, these topics. In shedding light on things that are very, very dangerous for us, but still making us laugh. Because these are not laughing matters, but you have wrapped them in such funny circumstances, and by the end we feel like we learned, like, oh, that is the direct impact of AI on a comedic career. We walk away feeling not preached at, but actually educated. So tell me about the approach in that respect.
Yeah, thank you. I mean, the three of us, whenever we are talking about a story, because like you're saying, it's a comedy first, we always want to make sure that we can make it funny and that it makes sense for the characters to be dealing with that issue, not just that it's something that we want to get on our soapbox about. But I think that all three of us grew up loving television, had no connection to this business, and so getting to make this show, we feel is such a privilege to get to put ideas out into the world and to get to say things that we think are worth saying. So we want to make people laugh, yes, but we also want to honor the amazing platform we've been given. And so we always challenge ourselves, I think, to make sure that it's funny first, but that it's also saying something. And you know, I think it's really interesting that ended up being the episode that I directed. It just happened this way, but I had been honestly like very scared to direct. I've been a writer, producer for 15 years, but directing always scared me, and I've seen Lucia and Paul do it so masterfully for so many years. I was like, well, why would you bring in the B team? But I think actually what's interesting is like that fear and that challenge and that part of you that's unsure of yourself, I realized through the process of directing is like, that's the important part about being an artist, and that's the important part about making things, is that you need to doubt yourself and you need to push through that. And there's this temptation to optimize everything, to remove the doubt for us, to remove the challenge, and will actually really be cheapening the experience. Not only just cheapening the work for people to watch, but for the artist making it, will be cheapening it, because going through that process, feeling scared, feeling like, I don't know if I can do this, and then challenging yourself to do it and coming out on the other end, that's a part of the creative process you can't remove. It is the lifeblood of it. And so it was interesting because I think making that episode really was, in a way, for me, it was the story of why we wanted to tell that story. Me directing it was the point of it in that way for us. And same, the late night stuff, we obviously, I started late night was my first job, and it's tremendously sad what's happening to it in this country, among other tremendously sad things in this country. And we did want to speak to it. We wish we hadn't been so predictive. But yeah, it was always important to us with this show to take advantage of the platform that we have.
And you've done it so beautifully. Thank you. And Lucia, I did want to acknowledge this incredible symmetry of the opening shot of the pilot, which I rewatched the other day. It feels like a lifetime ago, but also just yesterday. Can't imagine how it feels for you. And then the opening shot of tonight, where we see Hannah's character going to perform her wonderful job. And we're following this incredible woman who has agency over her life and career. So I wanted to know what was important to you about making those sort of match up, and what does it mean to you for those to match up in terms of our visual association with the story?
Yeah, well, first I do want to shout out our crew right back there who did such an amazing job.
Yes, good job.
I see y'all, I see Holdfast, I see all of our crew who really, made sure that it looked the same. It had a lot of, the lights hitting the lens. I don't need to describe to you the shot you just saw. But, and I think that the idea was really that we started with this story of Deborah, and over the course of this series, the two of them have blended and mind melded in so many ways. And so for us to end that final episode with Ava, I think it's kind of like a natural, Deborah's given so much of herself to Ava. And so when Ava now is in charge and being able to run her own show, which as we established is their dream, I think we are trying to say visually that she's now so much of Deborah. Yes, I'm gonna go there. So much of Deborah is now in Ava. And so to mirror those shots is just kind of a continuation of that life.
Thank you. And Jane and Hannah, it's been so incredible over the years to be in a room like this and watching the two of you watch yourself. And I don't know if you have seen these two women watch themselves, but they are clinging to each other and loving each other so much. It is truly a synergy I have never seen just as an observer of our artists and actors, and we can tell, and it's just so special. So my final question for the two of you is, in what ways do you feel the most changed as artists from your time together on this show? I'm sorry.
I just think this show is, I hope people always think of this as one of the funniest shows ever, one of the most clever shows ever, one of the wittiest shows, and a show that was able to do stories about serious things that didn't sound like it was preaching. But I think the most outstanding thing is I don't think there's ever been a relationship like this in a story that I can recall in a film or a TV show. And to be able to help bring that to life, it's not like a role I've ever done, and it's just been, and to have this one here as my partner, it's just been incredible. Not that kind of partner, just calm down.
Kiss, kiss, kiss.
Been there, done that. But to be part of that has just been incredible. And like I said, to have an actress like this, be the other half, it's just been an astonishing experience.
Yeah, I think what I love about having the show, in addition to sharing it with everyone who has a Max account, is that it is like a shrine to our love. It is. I can watch the show and I can revisit these characters, yes, but also, I know in moments where we lend ourselves to the characters, and the show is riddled with so much love between Jean and I, and so many of the moments where they're getting along and laughing together, and everything light and sweet like that. I can see us there, and so it's nice to have that. It's nice to have that in real life. And it's nice to, like Jean said, represent a dynamic like that. So yeah, it's really good.
I mean, I love the fact that this season, because last season there was a lot of dark moments between the two of them. And so to be able to have them together in such a supportive, loving way in season 5 and still be so funny, that's what I thought was just genius about this season, and again, it was perfect. It was a perfect way to end the story. It was perfect.
I agree.
So obviously the concept of legacy for me is really at the forefront. And I actually started to think about what's the opening part of my obit. I'm thinking what is going to be the first thing someone says about me? And it's not a bad thing to think about, right? It makes us want to do more in the moment. And I love that. And it's really got me thinking about my own life, which thank you for that. So if legacy is the takeaway from this final episode, what do you hope fans take with them? What do you hope is most resonating with us beyond the themes, beyond Hollywood, beyond the showbiz part of this, that each of us carries with us after watching tonight? Anyone, Jen, Lucia, or Paul, or anyone can answer this question.
I think the most meaningful legacies that the show holds are that it feels like kind of a roadmap to connection and discourse intergenerationally. I've had so many people come up to me all over the place and tell me that they watched it with their mom, or they watched it with, an older relative or someone in their life, or a younger, a daughter, and that the show helped them understand each other. I think that is the most powerful thing. I think it has also become this very safe and warm and joyous place for queer people at a time where our community is experiencing so much violence. I think it is this beautifully queer show and space. And I hope and honestly, for me, the legacy of the show is the way we made it. We have our crew here, and the love that we all have for each other, and the love that they have with one another and with us is a point of pride for me creatively, no other. Y'all know how much I love you. So it's I think that is a legacy on on the other side of things. We live in a business where there's a lot of crazy shit that goes down, and people are crazy. And it's I feel really proud that we all get to cultivate a positive, loving environment. So that is also a legacy that's important to.
Really quick, I just wanted to say, and I've said this before in an interview, but one of the things I'm the most proud of about this show is that on more than one occasion, someone who was a day player or an extra or someone who was just in and out briefly said, "This is the most welcoming set I have ever been on." And that made me feel really good. And a lot of that is because of our crew too, because they always talk about how great our crew is and how warm and welcoming.
The food is excellent on set. The food is excellent. Excellent. I just say that. I've only been on 2 now, but the food is great.
I was going to say the food, but I'll say another one. I also, we are such comedy fans, and this is a show about making comedy and writing comedy. And it's why we tackled issues that affect writers. Also, when I said crew, it's a catch-all because our writers are also here. We need to give it up for our writers.
Yes.
I think, in a world where free speech is under attack and comedy is under attack and queer people are under attack, I do feel like, I hope that this show, because we tried to celebrate the craft of comedy, the making of comedy, and also what it does for people, I hope that is the legacy of the show. I'm getting emotional again, so I'm losing my words. I think it's like, we've said this before, but as like, I can't do it. I think like it's about finding your people, and I hope that that's the legacy of the show. That people who love it and watch it have found their people through it. Somebody quickly talk.
I
because
told
you
you
can't leave it right
guys,
up to that.
you guys,
You
like
can't leave it right up to that.
Cynthia and Ariana was just the beginning. Like, I told y'all, we were gonna be much worse, and we are.
I think it's gonna be the show. If you ever go to a hotel, or I do stand-up a lot. Check out my new 15 shows that I just posted. But when you go to a hotel and sometimes Sex and the City's on, it's very exciting. You're like, oh, I'll watch this episode. It's gonna be your unwind. Like, oh, this episode. Oh yeah, this is when Ava and Deborah do that. I'll watch this episode. I think it's gonna be the last shows where it's like a comfort as well. It's like a comedy, sure, but it's also like, ooh, what a cozy comedy.
Agreed. We could be here all night and have all the feelings and share it, and unfortunately we don't have all the time in the world, but I do want to say we feel all the love and we thank you so much for everything you've done. Congratulations.